Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jack from Casino Income Academy. So this is just a one-off video that it was a request from some of the students and alumni. So they've been testing out the Baccarat video strategy that I showed you guys about a week ago, the top shelf buster. And we were using, I think we were using the faction system for that. I may have been doing something else. I don't remember remember the exact money management I used on that video, because I've been so crazy busy this week with the launch of AI Roulette Blueprint, the new digital course. There's a lot of people, a lot of emails, a lot of excitement. And I'm already getting a lot of feedback and reviews. You're going to be seeing that on other videos and actual results, things like that, on the brand new AI Roulette Blueprint. So I cannot remember off the top of my head what the money management was that we used on that original video from a week ago. But what people wanted me to do was to show them an alternate, another possible option. And some of the people harkened back to something that we've used in the past, which is so simple, and they thought that maybe it would be great for me to do a video on it, which is a very slow, conservative money management in a 1-2 fashion. So it's a 1-2. So let's take a look at this real fast. So when we talk about a 1-2, that means that I created a grid here. You don't need a grid. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So basically, you're playing one unit. If you win that unit, you're going to go on to the next bet, whatever that may be, whatever your bet selection, you do one unit. If we lose that unit, we're going to do a 2-unit bet. If we win that unit, fantastic. If we lose, we're not going any further than a 1-2. The next bet is still going to go back to a 1. So you could look, so a session could look like this, right? Something like this, right? And maybe this one ended up being a winner on the second bet. This one ended up being a loser. So in this scenario, you would have lost 3 units here. This is a -3. But you would have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units and lost 3 here. So it is a ultra-conservative way of approaching money management. Now, does it work with everything? I think the reason that we use the faction system and lots of other private money management that we give people is because sometimes you need a little bit more breathing room. If it's a little bit more of a volatile bet strategy, right? So what I'm going to do is this video is going to show you, we're going to use that same the top shelf buster, just because it's simple, and we're going to use the 1-2. Okay, now, one other thing that would be interesting for you guys to know that haven't been around for a while, there are some people that use the 1-2 in a static format. So what they do is they will do a 1-unit bet, whether it wins or loses, do a 2-unit bet. Do a 1-unit bet, whether it loses, do a 2-unit bet, like that. And that's kind of an interesting way of approaching it. But for this video, we're only going to do the second step of the money management if we lose. All right, so let's get things going. So if you remember from that video from about a week ago, the top shelf, we are, and I'll do it again just in case anybody doesn't know. So there's a banker. This is really simple. That's why I'm using it. Here's a banker. For us to have a bet, it needs to be on the top shelf here, the top row, for one more. So we would need a player. Okay, see how it drops? This specific strategy doesn't want the drop. So we're not going to bet here. We have to be patient. And it's still dropping. See how we're not fighting the drop. That's not what this bet selection is all about. Okay. We chop over. So now we need one more top shelf. One more top shelf here for us to make the bet. So we need a banker. And it doesn't happen because we got another player, which means it dropped again. Okay, we're back on the top. We need a player now. And there it is. So this is our first setup, right? Our first bet setup or trigger. So now what we're going to be doing is now we are looking for the top shelf drop. We're looking to bust the chop. Okay, and here's our setup. So now we are looking for the drop. So now we're going to bet up to 2 times for it to drop. Here we go. And we're going to be betting on player. Okay, we're going to just do $10 bets as our base. Okay, it loses. So let's put a 1 here for unit. We're just going to use units. It's easier for this. And we're going to still bet one more time for the drop. For the drop. Now we have to switch to the drop being the banker. You see that? We're betting for the drop, for the chop to stop. So now we're going to be betting 2 units on banker. We win. So in that situation, we made up the unit we lost and we made 1 unit. So we're going to put a 1 here, right? A 1 here, which means we're up 1 unit. One unit positive, we'll make it green. Okay. And now we're waiting for our next trigger. It's a player. Okay, we need a banker now to get our trigger. There it is. So now we're going to be going for the drop. In this case, it's a banker. So this is our 1 unit bet. We're back to our 1 unit bet on banker, right? Banker. And we win. So there is no second bet here, right? And it's another 1. Now let's just copy this, make my life easier. Okay, so we're up 2 units. So now we have to wait for another trigger. Okay, we need a banker. It's a player, it's a drop. That's not a trigger in this strategy. Okay, now we need a player. It's a tie. Banker. It dropped. No good, no trigger. Still dropping. Still dropping. We're avoiding all of this. Player. There we go. We need a banker to have a chop situation. Okay, we got it. So there's our trigger. So now we're on our 1 bet on banker to drop. Okay, it's a player. We lost, which means we have to go to our 2 unit bet. Now we're looking for the drop on player. See? Player. So now we're on $20 or 2-unit bet. And we win. Okay? And remember, no matter what, we weren't making a third bet here. So that's another 1-unit bet. Right? So we're up 3 units. If you're playing with bigger money and you've already gone up your bankroll builder plan, and these are $50 bets, $75, $100 bets, whatever it may be, you may be done for the day. Right? You may be done for the day. Baccarat is incredibly difficult nowadays with the technology that's being used by the casinos. You get on a run like this, and you better start looking very closely at when you should be quitting. Those people that are playing full shoes nowadays, in my opinion, they're gambling. That's just me. That's my own personal opinion. I'm not telling you what to do. But if I get 4 or 5 units as quickly as this in a shoe, I'm cashing in. Okay? Alright, but we're doing this video to show you the 1-2. Alright, so here we need to get back to the top row or top shelf. Banker. We're back to the top shelf. We need a player to have a trigger. Okay, didn't happen. Okay, now we need a banker to have a trigger. That's a tie. That's a player, it dropped, see? No good. Banker. Now we need a player. Nope, it dropped. Tie. Player. Okay, now we need a banker. Nope, another drop. Banker. Now we need a player. Look at all these 2s. I showed a system last year. I think it's on the channel if you go back and look, that this would have really done well with terrible 2s. It was a terrific 2 system, I call it. And I still have a lot of people that are playing the terrific 2 system that I taught last year. So now we're looking for a player. There it is. So we had to wait, we had to be patient, now we have another trigger. So now we want it to drop on player. Player. And it's our 1-unit bet. Okay, we lost. So there's our 1 bet. Now we're on our 2 bet. But now we need it to drop under banker. See? Banker. So now our 2-unit bet is on banker. It's a tie, just repeat it. And we lost. So that's a block, if you want to call it, a losing block. So that's why I say to you guys, the smaller profit targets you can have, the better you are. You are up 3 units here. And now in 1 block, you gave it back. No problem. But with the 1-2 money management, you still have a chance. You're not getting killed. You have a chance of still eking out for this shoe money. So let's keep going. All right, so now that was a player. So the way I do this when we lose like this is I don't look backwards now and do another bet. What I do is I wait. I use the one that just came in, but I don't use the one prior to that. So now I have to have another banker for me to have a trigger. That's the way I play it. Okay, and it drops, so that's the end of that. So let's keep going. Oh, and this is supposed to be red. Hold on, guys. There you go. All right, player. Okay, it's still dropping. Nothing to do. Player. Still dropping. Banker. Now we chop back up, and now we need a player. It's a banker. It dropped. No good. Player. So now we need a banker. Okay, there it is. There's our next trigger. So now we're looking for the drop, and we're going to be betting on banker, and we're back to our 1 unit bet. 1 unit on banker. We lost. We're on a 2 unit bet, but now we're going to be betting on player. That's a tie. We won. So that's going to be a 1 unit win. There you go. And let's just keep rolling. And the point of this is that with a 1-2, you're not going to get in trouble. Okay? You're not getting in trouble. And you can quit real quick in a shoe or at any point in the shoe that you're up a few units and call it a day. All right? So there you go. Let's see if we can do a few more. Player. Still dropping. Player. Still dropping. Okay. Banker. Okay, so now you know we need a player. It's another banker. Another banker. Player. We chopped up. Back to the top row. Now we need a banker. Nope. Now we're getting a lot of drops. Okay. Still dropping. Wow. We went from a lot of tight chops to now, well, now we switched. Okay, here we go. So now we need a player. It's a tie. Player. Okay, so there we have it. We have 2 top shelf results, and now we're looking for the drop, which is player for 1 unit. You win. Okay, so we can put an X here, and we got 1 unit. Okay, so now we're up 2 units again, basically, right? These 3 wins were canceled out, and now we're up 2 units. And let's see if we get any more action here. Okay, banker. We're at the top. We need a player. And we got it. All right, so now we're looking for the drop on player. And we're on our 1 unit bet on player. We lost. Now we're going to do our 2 unit bet. Now it's going to be on banker. Okay, we win our 2nd bet, and once again we won a unit. So I think you guys are getting the point here. This is another one of those super tight money managements. If you have a great bet selection or bet strategy where your winning percentage is good, this works well. Right? This works well. So this bet strategy is not in every type of bet. We're not betting on every hand, as you can tell. So the bet strategy for this one is super slow because we don't know how many times we're going to get the bet. We're waiting for the trigger. If you combine the 1-2 with other bet strategies that I've shown you on this channel, and we have given privately a tremendous amount of bet strategies for Baccarat that are phenomenal that you can use this type of money management with. We teach multiple bet strategies for Baccarat that you can utilize this with or some of the other private money management in our private coaching sessions. So that's the story here, and there is going to be a new digital course in the next 60 days or so that is going to be Baccarat, and you're going to see some variations of some really interesting money management in that. That is still in the casino lab, and that'll be coming in the next 60 days or so. We haven't done a Baccarat-only digital course in a while now, and people are getting antsy. But remember, we don't come out with courses, we don't do things like of that nature, unless it's a premium situation that has been highly tested. But on YouTube, and on some of the stuff that we give out in the newsletter that you can only get from being in the newsletter, that we're willing to share stuff that we're in the process of testing. But the stuff that's premium, that's digital course related, is stuff that we've already played to death, and we know exactly everything that's possible, and then we put it out as a digital course. So I just wanted to introduce the 1-2, and you can keep this in your toolbox of concepts to test out some of the bet strategies with. Yes, along with the bet strategies. And this one works out quite well because you're not going to really get killed if you have a really good bet strategy to combine the 1-2 with. Now, if you don't, then you can lose 3 units, 3 units, 3 units. But if your win percentage is pretty good, then you're not going to have an issue. And you're going to have a fighter's chance or a puncher's chance of grabbing those winning captured units without continuing on and on and on through the shoe. The longer you play into the shoe, the more chance you have of hitting one of these that loses a 3. That's why tight win targets are crucial to every system that you're testing. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the 1-2 little refresher course, and you can look back on the opposite way, of the other way of playing, with the other money management on the video from a week ago, the Baccarat video that I released, and you can compare the 1-2 to the money management I used in that video. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to test. You've got to evaluate what works best for you. And I will have more videos coming up. Make sure that you are signed up for the newsletter. Check the description. You can go to casinoincomeacademy.com. Make sure you're signed up for the newsletter, and make sure that you contact us if you're interested in scheduling any of the private coaching sessions with some of the private, what I call pocket strategies, that we can only teach people for these games in those private sessions. You're not going to find them anywhere else. If it's something that you're interested in, or if you want us to do something else in a private coaching strategy, we're open for ideas. So we'll speak to you real soon. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.